right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story that I've got for you guys today, it's been a big month or so for the bench press. The equipped bench press world record has been broken twice in like the past month, and Daniel Zamani, the Iranian strongman slash powerlifter, has been on an absolute run when it comes to the raw bench press. His most recent feat of strength, a 793 pound or 360 kilo raw bench press. Now, I do want to note this was done in the gym. This was not done in competition. That being said, this is heavier than the current bench press world record held by Julius Maddox, 782 pounds, 355 kilos. That is Julius's current raw bench press all-time world record. This, however, even though it was done outside of a competition, is now the heaviest documented raw bench press footage that we've ever seen. Now, I think at this point, a lot of people just want to see this done in competition, because really the thing that people have been looking at with Daniel is the really rapid progression of weight that he's been, breaking PR after PR. He went from 330 to 350 to this 360 kilos bench press, all really within just a matter of months, just this crazy rapid progression. So I think at this point, we want to see this done in competition. I personally don't count this as the new world record. It is the heaviest raw bench press we've ever seen, 360 kilos. If this is legit, this is the heaviest recorded raw bench press ever. But still, for this to be considered breaking Julius's record, I don't count it unless we see it done in an official meet, and he gets 3 white lights, and all the judges say this is a good world record lift. That being said, this looked really fast, it looked really smooth, and it looked like you could almost make the argument that he looked like he had more in the tank. And I know that he said a couple weeks ago when he did his last bench press PR that he was going to be attempting 800 pounds very, very soon. So I don't know if this was even his final attempt. I don't know if he's going to do, in a couple more weeks, another attempt to break his 1 rep max and try to hit 800. Now, even though the bar came up a little bit lopsided when he lifted it, I still think it looked relatively easy for him. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys want to see him do this in a meet? Do you think the lift looked good? Do you think it would have counted in a meet as an official new world record? I mean, if that weight on the bar is legit, it looked pretty good to me. But to me, it's like, what's the point in lifting these world record numbers and these world record PRs if you're not going to do it in a meet? It seems kind of pointless. But either way, very impressive lift from Daniel Zamani. Now, next up in the news, real or fake, Big Ramy versus Larry Wheels. Well, I'm here to tell you guys, it is confirmed to be fake. I know this has been the big debate kind of raging on online. Is it real? Is it not? Would Big Ramy really risk tearing a bicep, arm wrestling Larry Wheels? Would he risk any injury just to do this stunt? And the answer to that question is no. Larry apparently is just a really good actor. I confirmed this with Larry's videographer this morning. The whole thing was staged and made to look like Larry lost to Ramy. But hey, I'm not going to lie. Either way, this was still one of the coolest collabs I think we've seen in the past year. I mean, we rarely see Ramy collab with any big, influencers or big personalities in the industry. And I think seeing Ramy's world and Larry's world collide in this collaboration was cool, regardless of whether or not the actual arm wrestling match was real. I just feel like we need to see more of this. I think it was cool to see. And I think Ramy's a pretty entertaining, pretty funny guy when he puts himself out there. But now, a word from our sponsors over at the Arnold Classic.
I think that every bodybuilder has something unique, especially the bodybuilders today. I mean, wow, they are big.
Now, next up in the news, I found this to be interesting. On the latest episode of the Cutler cast, Jay Cutler actually weighs in on the Flex Lewis special invitation to the 2022 Olympia situation. And he basically says, yes, he thinks if anybody deserves an invitation, it is Flex. But they go on to discuss it a little bit more, and they talk about the fact that Flex has been away from the stage, and even speculate, what if Flex decided to do the Arnold? How would he have done in this Arnold lineup coming up in a month? But let me roll a little bit of that clip for you guys right here.
With the 7-time Mr. Olympia, what do you think of the Flex Lewis? I saw something came up the other day, and they were
question.
They were, a post came out. But what do you think?
They gave him the invite 2 years. Was it last year or 2 years ago?
I think 2 years ago.
Okay, he couldn't do it. He had some health issues, whatever. Yeah. So I think that he definitely deserves a special invitation. There's a lot of people that say he should have to qualify. Mm-hmm. I would think he would want to test the waters since he has not competed in the Open. I don't know if he's ever competed in an Open.
He hasn't competed in almost 4 years.
Yeah,
too.
It's really hard. Like, I don't know any comeback that someone's been off the stage for 4 years and had great success at it. So, I mean, he could write the history books as the first guy to ever do that.
Yeah.
You know, listen, I don't know if I could do it, no matter how great my willpower was. And listen, we know he's entrenched in obviously his business here and everything, other things that we probably don't even know. But I feel he should have the invitation. Mm-hmm. I feel that if he does not compete this year, they should not give him another one. Mm-hmm. You know, they gave it to Kai Green for years, and he just wouldn't take it. Mm-hmm. If anyone deserves it, it's him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the question is, you know, like you said, how is he going to fare coming back after being off for 4 years?
So it's an interesting conversation, right? I mean, Flex has been away from the stage for 4 years. We haven't seen him compete in any men's open show. So this 2022 Olympia would be his first. Do you think it would be worthwhile for him to do a show, whether to qualify or not, to test out the waters before the Olympia and compete? Maybe he does a show like Tampa or Texas or Chicago to qualify for the Olympia. Or do you think he just should get the special invitation and show up only for the Olympia? Now, I think one side of the argument is that it would be best if he just showed up to the Olympia, because that would be like the most entertaining outcome. If we leave a little bit of that mystique and a little bit of that mystery, not knowing how he's going to do against men's open guys at all. He hasn't done any shows. We haven't seen him in 4 years. The first time we're going to see him on stage again to see his physique, see how he's looking, is going to be at the Olympia. I think that's going to make the maximum exciting outcome for the Olympia. I think it's best for the fans. I think it's best for business in terms of the excitement of seeing him on stage. I think giving him the special invitation is the best outcome. However, you know, if he did one of those shows, Chicago, New York, Texas, whatever, a show like that, the only downside would be if he did one of those shows and lost. Or I guess if he did one of those shows and got smoked. So to me, I would think he wouldn't want to risk that. But at the same time, if he ran the risk of losing one of those shows, then how well would he really do in the Men's Open Olympia if he can't win a pro show outside of the Olympia? So I think likely what we're going to see is we're not going to see Flex until the Olympia. He's not going to do any other shows. He's not going to need to qualify. And I think he's going to get the special invitation. I think getting that cosign from Jay is also a pretty big deal. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about how this is going to go for Flex. How's he going to place? How's he going to do? How's he going to stack up in Men's Open? And do you think he's going to get this special invite? Now, next up in the news, another physique update from William Bonac, one of the former Arnold Classic champions that's going to be competing in just about 4 weeks at the Arnold. This update taken a little bit over 4 weeks out from the Arnold Classic, and I think Bonac certainly has to be a favorite at this point to win the show. I think right now a lot of people are looking at the show being between him and Brandon Curry. They are both in a sense, defending Arnold Classic champions. They've both won the title. They've had a lot of back and forth before, specifically at this show, and they've got very comparable physiques. But the thing that stood out to me the most about this update was Bonac's calves. I think Bonac has super impressive calves. This update, I don't know if it's just the angle or just that particular pose or what, but his calves look insane in this update. And I think with calves being a body part that is a little bit underappreciated and under-talked about, I think we need to give some props where props are due for William Bonac actually bringing some calves to the Arnold Classic stage. I mean, it's pretty impressive. And I'm kind of curious, if we flip over to the lineup, we've only seen physique updates from a few of these guys going into the Arnold. Some of these guys haven't really been posting many physique updates at all, and we know that Rafael Brandao dropped out. I'm kind of wondering how many more names we're going to see drop from this list before the actual show comes around. Looking at this list, you've got William Bonac, Rafael Brandao. We know Rafael's out. Max Charles, we've seen a little bit from. Brandon Kerr, we've seen almost no physique updates, but he's definitely doing the show. Samson Dowda, we've seen a fair amount of updates from. Nathan, we haven't really seen anything from either, so I'm kind of curious about that one. Regan Grimes, we've seen a lot from. Steve Kuklo, we haven't really seen too many physique updates from him either. We've just seen a couple of training videos here and there. So Steve has kind of been a little bit mysterious. Then we've also got Cedric. He's been posting some stuff. Fabio Giga, we've seen some from him. Justin's been posting a lot. Haven't seen as much from Muhammad Shaban. We've seen some from Brett Wilkin. Akeem Williams, we haven't seen a whole lot from either. We've seen some physique updates, but he never confirmed that they were recent or not. And we really haven't seen a whole lot from him. So I'm wondering if any of these guys that we haven't seen a lot from wind up dropping off this list. But right now, I think my top 3 is going to consist... I don't want to give away my top 3 yet. I do think that Brandon and William are probably going to be 1 and 2, but I don't want to give away yet who's going to be top 3. So if you want to see who is top 3, make sure you subscribe to my channel because my prediction video for the Arnold is coming soon. And that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon when you subscribe. But most importantly is the thumbs up. That helps out a lot. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.